Children do deserve a two-parent household. The reality is that's just not how it worked out. Now, the guilt in me feels that.
You have a guilt?
No. When you hear it, there can be a guilt that happens. It's like you create broken homes. I can't do nothing about that now. But what I can do is try to make my wrongs right. I do that by showing up constantly. I have certain things that I do with children, my children specifically, that's our thing.
But what about now in having new kids and creating, is that a goal of yours? And you don't have to answer to anybody.
No, ask the question that you're asking.
You want me to ask you a real question?
Please. Go there.
Okay. Well,
my children do deserve a two-parent house.
Having the situation and relationship that you're in now, I did see that your significant other now is having
another
one. Is your goal to create? I think everyone would like to know, is your goal right now to create a two-parent home for your child that you already have and your new child? Is that the goal? Because you do skate around that. From everything that I've watched, you do kind of skate around that. Is the goal? What is the ultimate goal right now in your dating and having kids?
Every situation that I've ever been in, I thought this was the last one.
Okay. Having
the goal has never been to have multiple significant others.
Okay.
It just worked out like that. So when I say my wrongs to the world or to the stereotype of what a household should be, it has always been screwed up.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What do you think a household should be?
I think there should be a male presence and a female presence in each household, because there are certain things that a man or a female should only or can learn specifically from a man.
Yeah.
And then there are certain things that can only be taught from a female.
Okay.
So that's what I do believe in. I do believe there should always be a two-figure household.
Can I ask you something you might get mad at me about?
Man, you can't make me mad. I'm bulletproof. My goal has never
being that you're living your life and you are who you are. You have your significant other who is who she is. Do you ever at night and when you're alone or in a space ever feel like you're speaking and things are hurting her?
Yes. Yes.
How do you feel? Like, what does that do to you?
It took her to tell me that. I didn't know. Because you got to understand, too, that people have to give other people grace, because those aren't prerequisites of understanding for most men. And I always say this about men. Men don't register things the same way females do. Meaning, I don't know how that make you feel. I know. If you ask me a question, would you hit? Yeah, I hit. But you're standing next to your woman. And
being
now it's like, would you hit?
Do you see, like, I don't even get into that, but the attack that your significant other gets, I feel is very unfair.
And it's in large part self-inflicted.
What you mean?
Meaning, inside the household, I bring these attacks to her. She used the words, not me. She said, baby, I feel like a piñata.
They've liked her before y'all have become a couple.
For sure.
And some things that she has said, you know, might have offended women in other ways, like, you know, and now they're like, oh, so now you're in this situation that you made fun about.
Right. And now all of a sudden you done switched up.
Yeah, you done switched up, but I'm telling you, it's something called being drunk. That dick.
Now it's like, would you hit things? And this is why I always tell females, and I'm grateful that we're having this conversation and you're asking me these
Again, that's it.
questions
You can stop playing
because
the video. Go ahead.
You can stop out, Ken. So yeah, that was Cam. So that was Cam asking some question about what she thinks about as a family household. You heard what he said, and he's trying to make his wrongs to right. So go ahead. What's your take on Cam?
Cam, he was contradicting himself all across the area. He was talking about his traditional mindset it should be a man and a woman and one household, but yet he continued to create broken homes. It doesn't make any sense. Why promote something that you're not doing? That's one thing I told you about the aspect of when it comes to the Black community. Like, we all over the place. It's nothing like very solid. Nothing like we stand firm on something. If you firmly believe in something, stand on it. But yet with someone like Ken, he said he firmly believes that's how it should be. But yet he goes around and then he change it and still continue to have single parent household. Go ahead, I can't make sense of all of this. I'm trying to make sense of it. Go ahead.
I think this is a good conversation. I think K. Michelle was the right person to have this right conversation, and she asked the right questions and made him look like a goddamn fool, like a bumbling idiot.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Go ahead.
Cam don't know. You grew up in a two household like us, so you doing this, you just threw away everything your daddy just worked for. You made your mama look like a fool on TV. You come from a 2-parent household and you creating broken homes and you sound smart to a dumb nigga.
Yeah, man. People how we know as men, like I said, you could talk to talk, but are you walking the walk? Are you talking with who your actions are? And with Cam Newton is, he can talk like he want to talk, but when it comes to me seeing his actions, he's not doing that. Because if you was doing that, you would be moving like a Steph Curry, like a LeBron James, and like a lot of these stars or football players like a Patrick Mahomes, how they moving, or having a structured a family household. And the reason I mention those names is because, these are superstars that Cam once was as a superstar. But when it comes to moving like that, when it comes to family household, which, he was raised in, but he's not practicing it, to me, it's like, you could, if you don't want to move like that, say I'm not moving like that. Because we're seeing, for me, Hakeem, and Ronnie's eyes, he's not moving like that. There's no way that, he's saying what he's saying, but he's not moving what he's moving. And, it's just like, Cam, if you're not about it, don't be about it. And that's how I feel. But my thing is like, if he's bringing like female guests, he wants to be, have calm conversations and everything. Women they want to say, hey, why you not doing this? What's up with this? What's up with that? And K. Michelle would say, hey, you say you want to be open, right? Okay, I got a couple questions for you. And that's what she did.
Like, share,